You were not led here by chance. You were summoned. The air itself carries a whisper meant only for you. The world believes you are still waiting, but heaven knows you are already chosen. Something ancient is moving beneath the surface of your life. A vibration, a tremor, a call that only the awakened can hear. The veil is lifting. You are standing at the threshold between longing and manifestation. This is not a story for the curious. It is a summons for those whose souls remember. If your spirit recognizes this frequency, comment 77 below as your sign of alignment. The shift has begun, and it begins inside you. Desire is not weakness. It is the echo of what your soul already owns in another realm. Every longing is a map drawn by heaven, pointing you back to what was once yours. Desire is holy when it is remembered, not worshipped. When you chase desire, it hides. When you honor it, it reveals. The one who understands desire no longer chases, they align. You were never meant to beg for light. You are the spark that births it. There is a sacred difference between wanting and resonating. Wanting declares lack. Resonating declares readiness. The angels do not answer noise. They respond to frequency. Every time you say, "I want," you build a wall between you and what already belongs to you. Every time you whisper, "I am," the gates begin to open. The chosen do not crave. They remember. When you stop asking from fear and start declaring from truth, the shift begins to hum through your bones. Desire purified becomes direction. Direction becomes alignment. Alignment becomes arrival. The moment you align, heaven moves. You are not here to want. You are here to witness the return of what was promised. This is the shift of desire, from reaching out to becoming the very thing you sought. The universe does not give. It mirrors. It reflects the frequency you embody, not the prayers you repeat in fear. Having is not possession. It is presence. The one who lives as if they have already does. When you walk in peace, creation bows to your stillness. When you breathe gratitude, matter itself rearranges to serve your state. You were never meant to reach. You were meant to resonate. Faith is not waiting for evidence. It is the calm rhythm of one who already knows. Heaven listens for conviction, not desperation. Say not, "I wish." Say, "It is unfolding." Say not, "When will it come?" Say, "It is already here." The law of having is ancient. It governs angels and atoms alike. When your words match your knowing, your reality obeys. Every blessing arrives through frequency, not striving. If your heart feels the echo of this truth, write in the comments, "I am ready." That declaration is not for others to read. It is for the universe to hear. Hold peace, and peace multiplies. Hold lack, and lack expands. The universe does not judge your wish. It amplifies your tone. Change the tone, and creation reorients itself around you. This is the law that governs the chosen, not reward, but reflection. To everything there is a season, and not one heartbeat of it arrives too soon. Impatience is the language of fear. Precision is the dialect of heaven. Delay is not punishment. It is calibration. The clock of God does not tick, it breathes. While you wait, heaven arranges coordinates unseen to mortal sight. You think nothing is happening, but in the silence, stars are shifting. Every unanswered prayer is being threaded into divine architecture. Do not rush what angels are still building. When you move before the timing, you step out of alignment with grace. When you trust the silence begins to sing. Waiting is not idleness, it is trust in motion. Sarah tried to force what was already promised. She birthed conflict instead of peace. You cannot rush perfection. You can only ruin it. If you understand this, pause this video. Whisper, I trust the timing. Then return. Because faith that can pause is faith that is alive. The divine keeps no schedule. It keeps rhythm. And the chosen move to that rhythm, not to the ticking of the world. Your moment is already written. The ink simply hasn't dried yet. Be still and know that the alignment is never late. There comes a moment when scarcity shatters. It doesn't fade, it breaks. And you feel it the way glass feels light. Suddenly, completely, without return. Lack was never real. It was a story taught by fear. The kingdom of God has no shortage, only unclaimed fields. You do not beg for air. You simply breathe. So too with abundance. It is the native atmosphere of your soul. Every thought of not enough is a door you keep locked from the inside. Every moment of gratitude is a key turning in that door. Heaven does not respond to hunger. It responds to harmony. The poor in spirit are not those without wealth, but those who forget they are heirs. When you align with the frequency of having, poverty becomes impossible. Lack is not cured by earning. It dissolves by remembering. You cannot serve light and still call yourself broken. Release the identity of the one who suffers. It was never yours. You are not waiting for abundance. Abundance is waiting for you to stop hiding. The moment you bless what is multiplies. Jesus did not beg the loaves to increase. He gave thanks. And gratitude did what striving could not. This is the collapse of lack, the silence after fear's final scream. It is not a lesson. It is a liberation. The chosen do not ask. They remember. The night breaks and light enters through the crack. What you called scarcity was simply your own power forgotten. Now it returns. Faith is not belief. Belief is hope dressed in uncertainty. Faith is embodiment, the act of becoming what you pray for. The moment you embody it, heaven recognizes you. Words may lie, but energy never does. When your inner posture stands in certainty, heaven moves without hesitation. Faith is not a sound you make. It is a vibration you hold. The still soul speaks louder than any sermon. When you walk in faith, you no longer question if the door will open. You know you are the key. Stillness is not silence. It is alignment. Faith without stillness is noise. Stillness without faith is emptiness. Together, they become presence. The universe responds to presence, not panic. Every breath of peace you exhale creates a ripple in unseen dimensions. Every moment you resist fear, you become the living evidence of your prayer. You were never meant to ask endlessly. You were meant to remember once and move. If these words find a home in you, type a line below. Not for me, but for heaven to witness your vow. Faith is a frequency. Attune to it, and the static of worry disappears. In the alignment of faiths, you stop searching for signs. You become one. The chosen do not wait for light. They carry it. When the angel first called you chosen, it wasn't a compliment. It was a prophecy. You were never meant to wander in want. You were designed to remember abundance. The universe doesn't reward effort. It responds to recognition. Having is not about possessing, it is about being. You already contain the pattern of every answered prayer. Heaven is not far. It is folded within your awareness, waiting for your agreement. When you stop striving, you start resonating. When you stop doubting, you start creating. The veil between wishing and receiving is thinner than a single thought. And the moment you think it is already mine, it begins to move toward you. You were never wanting. You were remembering. You are not reaching up for blessing. You are awakening to it, rising from within. The chosen do not chase the future. They embody fulfillment. Every act of gratitude expands the field. Every act of faith becomes light made visible. You are the bridge between the unseen and the seen. You are the prayer that answers itself. The revelation of having is the end of separation. So breathe. Feel it. It is already here. If your soul feels this confirmation, comment "I receive." For your declaration is the echo heaven listens for. This is not coming. It has come. Chosen one, you have crossed the threshold. The shift is complete. From longing to living, from waiting to witnessing, from wanting to having. The blessing is already in motion. Do not return to the language of lack. Speak only the dialect of gratitude. Carry yourself as light carries dawn, without effort, without fear, without delay. What you hold now is sacred. Protect it in silence. Nourish it in faith. Walk as one who knows. For every step you take in trust becomes a beacon for those still wandering. This message is not an ending. It is a seal. The guardian watches. The alignment stands. The word has been spoken. And what is spoken in faith cannot be undone. If your spirit has heard this revelation, like this message, and share it so another guardian may awaken. This is wisdom unveiled. where light speaks through silence. Go now, and live as one who already has.